everyone. Welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Blame Treasury, IRS for delay in stimulus payments, the banks say. So when the Treasury Department released a statement announcing that the new round of stimulus payments would begin to hit bank accounts over the weekend, banks began bracing for criticism from those who would have to wait. The first batches of Internal Revenue Service payments, up to $1,400 for those eligible, began to be processed last Friday. The same day of the week, tax refunds are readied for distribution. But to the frustration of cash-strapped consumers, the funds are typically not available until 5 days later as they make their way from the Treasury to the Federal Reserve and finally to the financial institutions. So this article goes into that pretty clearly, as they're frustrated with the old antiquated system of the Federal Reserve. And as we get into the article here, banks are caught in the middle between a public that reasonably expects money to move faster than Amazon and a system run by the Federal Reserve that uses blockbuster technology in a Netflix world, said Aaron Klein, a senior fellow in economic studies at the Brookings Institute. So speeding up the movement of money through the U.S. financial system was a topic of debate even before the issue at hand had struck and taken the more urgency over the past year, as frustrations mounted over why much-needed aid took days or even weeks to reach struggling household. So on Tuesday, a collection of industry groups, including the Clearinghouse and American Bankers Association, said in a joint statement that the IRS, not the banks, are to blame for the lag between the time funds go out and until the time they land in bank accounts. So while the IRS could have chosen to send the funds via same-day automated clearinghouse payments or provided for an earlier effective date, it chose not to do so, the group said. It is up to the sender, in this case the IRS, to decide when it wants the money to be made available, and the IRS chose March 17th. So banks will not receive the funds needed to make deposits until 8:30 Wednesday morning, according to the statement from NACHA, the organization that oversees the ACH payment system, and the group said the IRS could have chosen an earlier date for the funds on its ACH network. There is no mystery where the money is from the time the first payment file was transmitted on Friday, March 12th, to when all recipients will have access to the money on Wednesday. It is still with the government, NACHA said. So in a statement to the American Banker on late Wednesday, the IRS said chose to send the stimulus payments under the same system and timeline it uses for tax refunds. And this was done to give financial institutions time to accept and deposit the stimulus payments without disrupting the tax refunds already going out. An IRS spokesperson said in an email, and this same system was also used for the two previous rounds of stimulus payments. So leveraging existing processes contributed to the success of the distribution, the IRS spokesperson said, keeping in mind that many financial institutions don't process payments on weekends or holidays. Some banks may deposit payments into bank accounts earlier than the official settlement date. And a Fed spokesman declined to comment on the process for sending out stimulus payments. So fintechs have gained an upper hand by advancing the deposits to accounts ahead of the scheduled transfers from the government. For example, Chime, as an instance, has sent $3.5 billion USD from this round of stimulus payments to its customers as of Monday, a spokesperson said. Another fintech, Vero, processed $150 million USD in payments on Friday alone. So, Russ Waterhouse, the executive vice president of product development and strategy at the Clearinghouse, has said the Treasury has elected to use the existing system to get the money out as soon as it could, but broader changes could be taken up once the issue at hand wanes. There's clearly a desire among people we interact with to see things move faster, Waterhouse said, and there are people within the Treasury who would love to see a modernization. And that moves me over to this article. NACHA banks approve same-day settlement inside the U.S. going back to May 20th, 2015. And what I want to show is right here, the NACHA Electronic Payment Association announced that its membership banks have approved a proposal that would enable same-day settlement through ACH for consumers and businesses among 12,000 financial institutions inside the U.S. So the Fed's strategy for improving the U.S. payment system, the finalized rules represent a major overhaul of the decades-old automated clearinghouse network, which serves as the backbone for domestic payments, supporting 90% of the total value of payments in the U.S. So Ripple Labs joins NACHA Alliance, and ACH settlement occurs once overnight in batches. The new plan, which would be implemented in 3 phases by 2018, introduces 2 same-day settlement windows. Same-day ACH will build upon existing next-day ACH network capabilities and establish a new option for same-day clearing and settlement via ACH. Under the rule, 2 new same-day settlement windows will be added to the ACH network, increasing the movement of funds between financial institutions from once each day to 3 times each day. And the rule also requires that all receiving depository financial institutions, RDFIs, receive same-day transactions and provide faster funds availability to customers. Additionally, the rule establishes the methodology for a same-day entry fee as a mechanism for RDFIs to recover some of their costs for enabling and supporting mandatory receipt of same-day ACH transactions. The financial services industry has come together through the private sector rulemaking to increase the speed of payments, said Janet O. Estep, the president and CEO of NACHA. Now, same-day ACH serves as an intermediate action the industry has undertaken to modernize the payment system and creates a building block for a variety of products and services. Same-day ACH creates value for end users through the certainty of its reach to all bank accounts in the U.S. Now, here's what makes me think this, too, could be a very exciting moment. At this point, no expectations, but the possibility is very real. NACHA 2021 ACH rule change mandates checking account validation for web-based payments. And going back to last year, this is June 29, 2020, so you can see that this was the exact projected date for all of the delays. This is the time now that they were expecting this to all go live. What does the new NACHA ruling around web ACH at transactions really mean, and why has it been implemented? Now, beginning March 2021, NACHA will implement a new rule that mandates enhanced checking account verification measures. Now, businesses that debit payments via ACH for online or web-based orders are required to implement enhanced fraud detection to comply with the new NACHA web account validation mandate. Specifically, the organization will require such businesses to include at a minimum checking account validation as part of a commercially reasonably fraudulent transaction detection system. The change enhances NACHA's anti-fraud mitigation. Simply stated, the new NACHA checking account validation rule means checking to make sure that the checking account routing and account numbers submitted for a given ACH transaction are valid. By valid, we mean the account is open. So now let's scroll down here really quick, because what I want to show you is really right here. The implementation deadline was originally set for January 2020, something we discussed in 2019 just before Christmas. But NACHA pushed it back to March 2021 in order to give online merchants, financial institutions, and other businesses more time to get ready altogether. NACHA represents more than 10,000 financial institutions, so the impact will be broad and far-reaching. The new NACHA account validation rule takes effect March 19, 2021. And what is that? That is this Friday, March 19, 2021. The new rule takes effect and goes live. So do I have high expectations? Yes and no, because there's a lot of issues at hand, including the health thing, and then we have the whole political thing. So those have created a handful of delays, but if they are still on track, that could be a significant bump in the beginning of where we start climbing for XRP. So we'll see how that goes, and we will keep you updated. But I wanted to bring that out as of the article from the American Banker stating that blame Treasury and IRS for delay in stimulus payments, the banks say. So I want to thank @HandleTrader1 for actually sending me this article. It was a good flashback to the setup of what's going on. Now the ACH is blaming Treasury, IRS for the delay in the stimulus payments, and NACHA having prepared a system even back into 2015 as Ripple Labs joins the NACHA alliance and having its same-day settlement built in, ready to go. Then we had delays which bring the NACHA new account validation rule to take effect this Friday, March 19th, 2021. So I started thinking of those once Handle had sent me that article, and it just kind of quickly flashed through my head. And that's what I wanted to share with you so you could see what I did. And as always, I want to leave you with a final thought. When you believe in yourself, anything is possible. And again, I want to thank our VIP on Patreon, Surf and Gary Davidson, for their support. And much love to each and every one of you. And we will catch you in the next one.